Om Jnananandasya Gyananjana-salakaya Chakshurunmitram Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Panchakalpatarusya Kripasindhubhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaurabhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Shri Prabhupada ki Shri Prabhupada describes that simply by thinking of book distribution, one will get liberation. What to speak about acting? This is our main concern, and I repeat from our previous speakers as well, that just why don't devotees want to go out on book distribution? For the last 2 years in Durban, we've started the monthly Sankirtan Festival. It's a group of about 80 devotees who regularly come out on book distribution. So I once asked the group of devotees, how many of you read Srila Prabhupada's books every day? And all of them raised their hands. I went the next day to the Sunday program with about 800 devotees, and I asked the same question. How many of you here are reading Srila Prabhupada's books every day? And that same 80 devotees raised their hands. So this is the challenge of how to increase book distributors, how to increase book distribution. It begins by reading Srila Prabhupada's books. By reading Srila Prabhupada's books, we nourish our souls. By reading Srila Prabhupada's books, we become more enlivened to go out there and give these books out to people who are normally nourishing their senses. So this is the key. Over the last 2 years, this Sankirtan Festival has made up at least 15% of our annual score. The 85% of the score comes from the December Book Marathon, and 15% comes from smart boxes. What are smart boxes? Smart boxes are a box of books which are nicely displayed in doctors' waiting rooms, in different types of shops and markets. And all one does is see a book. If he likes a book or she likes a book, takes the book and leaves a donation. We have about 45 smart boxes all around the Durban area at the moment. And each box makes about 200 to 300 rands a week. It doesn't take no work. You simply need one devotee to go there, collect the money, and replenish the books. So there are very innovative ways to be distributing books. One other way is going door to door and doing Sankirtan or house to house. And why is this so beneficial? Because people are more comfortable in their homes. As soon as they open the door for you, then you understand that they are ready for the book. So like this, we make different efforts and think about different ways on how to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. But it all begins with a plan. And as it said, what's written gets done. So we need a plan in writing on how we're going to be distributing these books. By doing so, devotees around us are also inspired, and the plan also, before the action, comes lots of organization. As the leaders of the Sankirtan, we have to make sure that everything is very comfortable for the devotees, everything is easy for the devotees, so we don't stress them out when they go out on book distribution. And like this, you will see for yourselves how much, how devotees become inspired, and how the entire yatra gets inspired simply by devotees going out on regularly out on book distribution. The team is currently working on a smart app now for mobile phones, because at the moment when one distributes a book, I will only find out about it in 2 months' time when the scores are reported. So we're developing an app where we get lifetime scores. If Govardhan Prabhu distributed a book today, I will immediately get a notification. Govardhan Prabhu did 5 Bhagavad Gitas. And if I'm sitting at home lazing around, it will inspire me. Yes, let me go out and do something. Not only that, but it will help temples manage their stock better. It also will help the BBT manage their inventory better. It will also allow you to capture the details of the customer you sold the book to. Because a few years down the line, if you move to another temple, what happens to that person? Who is the contact person to that customer? Like that database is then saved with the temple, and the temple can then do another follow-up with that customer. In this way, we can increasingly go on doing more book distribution. And to close off, I'd like to say, you may be thinking, what do these conferences do, these BBT conferences do? Last year we were in Johannesburg around the same time, and I told many inspiring stories of how devotees going out on weekly Sankirtan are changing so many lives. We heard early on from Gauranga Prabhu of how people were ready to commit suicide. People were, from my story, people were having dreams about Krishna, and the next day they went to the bazaar and they saw the devotees and they said, "This is the same Bhagavad Gita I dreamt about last night. Please, may I have one?" So last year I told the story, and then after my talk I was leaving the conference, and these 2 young girls came up to me and they said, "Do you know me?" I said, "No, I don't know you. Where are you from?" They said, "In fact, Prabhu, a few months ago we came to Durban Temple and you gave my father a book. My father was your high school teacher." I said, "Oh, now it all makes sense. I remember that day. It was during the December book marathon, and I saw your father came in, and I was so surprised that he was here at the temple, and I haven't seen him for over 20 years. So I was so happy to see him, and I gave him a book." So she said that that book has changed our lives, because although we came to Durban for holiday, for the rest of the holiday we spent in our rooms fighting over that book. And my father insisted that he reads it first. And then she showed me the book. The book was full of highlights, pencil marks, and just making so much of notes in the book. And then he passed it down to his 2 daughters who also read it, and she just wanted to thank me. Because she said, "Now I am chanting 16 rounds. I'm regularly going to the Johannesburg temple and performing service there. We are involved with Food for Life. And after this BBT conference, I now want to distribute books as well." So this is what she has been doing for the last year. She also has been distributing books. So this is how powerful these books are. But it all begins with organization. It all begins with the organization, and with that organization, with one devotee being fired up, the entire yatra can move on to another level. So dear devotees, take this book distribution seriously, and with that you will see the benefits of the yatra. And I also very highly recommend our Bible, our family business, Vaisheshekha Prabhu's books, because everything is in this book. I thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada.